story you are about to hear is true.
The law officers, St. Mary's County, Maryland deputies, and Maryland troopers. Maryland State Trooper Craig Tyer worked road patrol for many years in St. Mary's County as a trooper and a supervisor, and later as a shift commander at the rank of sergeant. This is the story, two stories, the story of the Bad Luck Bandit and the Shrimp Express. First, Spring Ridge, Maryland. A man lurking in the shadows approached the two clerks locking the front door of the Easy Stop on Route 235 in Spring Ridge late on Wednesday, August 21st, 1991, and forced them at gunpoint to re-enter the store. The armed robber then made them remove the cash from the registers and ordered them to retire to the walk-in refrigerator. While the clerks were complying with the robber, the silent hold-up alarm was activated. 3 police cars responded to the scene. Maryland State Police Trooper Craig Tyer was the first to arrive, finding 2 cars still parked on the side of the building. Checks were run on the cars in the event that one of them was the getaway car. 2 St. Mary's deputies quietly pulled into the parking lot. Deputy Diane Thompson covered the rear of the store, while Deputy Keith Fretwell went to the front door. A set of keys was seen still in the front door. Peering into the still lighted store, the officers could see the man inside. Trooper Tyer and Deputy Fretwell entered the store and ordered the man to raise his hands. The man was slow to respond and was told again to raise his hands to the ceiling. The man complied and was quickly handcuffed by the officers. The robber was identified as Cornelius Larry Chase, 30 years of age, of Liberty Street in Lexington Park, Maryland. As the officers began to collect information from the victims and process the crime scene, the robber began to holler and scream about his rights. His rights were read to him loud and clear by Deputy Fretwell. Chase then acknowledged his understanding of his rights. Chase then began accusing Trooper Tyer of police brutality and saying that the trooper had placed his foot on him as he lay on the floor. The prisoner and officer were in clear view of the other 4 persons, and never once was the man touched other than to handcuff him. When asked what he was doing in the store, Chase exclaimed, "I just came for a little money." Chase's getaway car was parked across the highway from the store in the parking lot of the Spring Ridge School. Maryland State Police Detective Charles Salvis arrived at the scene to help with the investigation. Trooper Tyer took the Bad Luck Bandit to the state police barracks for processing. The arrest made the second time in a week that an armed robber was captured by road patrol officers in St. Mary's County. Officers Tyer, Fretwell, and Thompson were justifiably proud of the arrest and were warmly thanked by the clerks and owner of the store. Earlier in the week, Deputy Ted Pellevoin captured Mark Anthony Herbert, the Black Bandit, after the robbery of the Pizza Hut delivery in California. The Bad Luck Bandit yelled at Officer Deputy Other Todd, who also had arrived at the scene, saying, "See ya, Shorty." Chase wasn't going to see anyone for a long time, unless they were visiting him at the state penitentiary. Chase is still in prison in 2022 in Cumberland, Maryland, perhaps still looking for a little money. The next story, the Shrimp Express. Timothy A. Ridgell, 36 at the time, of St. Inigo's, Maryland, is shown in this photo here, taken on June 1st, 1994, under arrest by Maryland State Trooper Donald Harrison for possession of drugs after his arrest on Maryland Route 5 in Park Hall. Tractor trailer driver arrested on drugs, rig confiscated. This is the story of the Shrimp Express. Trooper Don Harrison, right with the driver of the tractor trailer, Timothy Ridgell. The rig was being observed operated recklessly on Route 5 in Park Hall, Maryland. Several $1,000s in drugs, scales, glassine pouches, and foil were found in his cab. His load of shrimp was bound for New Jersey and was later searched by police after it was towed into the Maryland State Police Barracks in Leonardtown, Maryland. The load of shrimp was released by the police. What happened? When charges disappear from official records with no prosecution or conviction, there are several reasons for that mysterious outcome. No charges involving drug dealing on the part of Timothy A. Ridgell of San Diego's are posted on the Maryland court records. Possible reasons: the evidence was lost, the witnesses disappeared, or the police officers failed to appear in court. The accused worked with investigators from the police agency or from the Drug Enforcement Administration to snitch on higher-ups in the drug distribution chain in return for all charges dropped. Favoritism is shown to the accused due to the standing of that person in the community and the influence wielded in politics and the good old boys club. All possible reasons. Ridgell drove his truck owned by him for 10 years, delivering seafood around the East Coast, and owned a small trophy business. Ridgell was active in the Ridge Volunteer Fire Department and was a Democratic candidate for St. Mary's Commissioner in District 1 in the 2018 election and lost to Republican Eric Colvin. Ridgell died in 2021.